Hi, Ramon. Jayla, how are you doing? You have school tomorrow. Okay. I will enjoy my week. Enjoy school. Learn more. Um, draw well. I don't know. I actually wanted to show you Narok Town. Hmm. I think that's like the whole of it. And yeah, literally, I have summer school, but I don't go there anymore. Why, Jay? Why don't you go there anymore? Benji? Is everything all right? So he was thinking of guys, let me show you something. These are a bunch of queen cakes for, I don't know, $1 and some few cents. And I just feel disappointed because I was so prepared to go to the hospital, but oh, there are floods. I didn't know, but like, I'm so sorry. Everything will be okay. You just don't worry. I don't know. So like, were the schools swept away? What happened? Because I don't know much about floods. Personally, I have never had one-on-one experience with floods. So, but obviously, I have seen incidences on YouTube, on TikTok, and all those other social media. But now, I didn't know that someone could really. I'm so sorry. It'll be okay. Anyway, guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure that you're subscribing right now. In fact, you see this place that I am currently is, can you take a moment for the birds? One for the birds, one for the birds. They look so lovely. They look so lovely. That gets me wondering. Um, I don't know how birds were made, but it's interesting because yesterday when we were going to church, uh, we were actually just looking at the birds with my sister, and we were just thinking, good art. Like, have you seen that bird with the red color on at the top of the head and also on their stomach? Like, that was so good. I was like, Jesus, this is incredible. And I don't know, I don't think I would ever trade nature, or like just walking and just seeing what the world is all about. I would never trade that with anything. And also, I was just taking a moment to appreciate life a couple of days ago, and I was just, I don't know, you know, I am a nurse, and when I'm at the hospital, I get to be at the maternity, and I also get to be at the wards. And there are, I don't know, I should say there are similarities uh, with birth and passing on, or just death, because every time that a baby is born, you get the way that you know the baby is okay is when they cry. That is when you know that, okay, everything is closing up and they are now able to breathe on their own. And then also, when someone is passing on, or when they are in their last days, people usually do things like weirdly. For example, you just find a patient, maybe they just ask for water. The moment you give them water, they are gone, like they are gone, gone, gone. So there's a time. Let me give you a story, and I hope I'm keeping it still professional. I don't want to be a nurse that is not keeping confidentiality, but obviously I'm not going to mention names or anything. So at some point at the hospital, we had a patient, and that patient was, we were just taking care of the patient. Then at some point, she had a problem. She couldn't walk. So at some point, she had to use diapers or pampers. So you understand why. And then now, um, she asked me, because I think I was in a shift with a couple other people, but I was put in a room that lady was. So when I'm in the room, she calls me and she's like, "Can you take me to the washrooms?" And I'm like, "No, I cannot take you to the washroom because first of all, I am not able to, because your weight, and second of all, I'm all alone, and I think you can still do it because you have a diaper on." And then she refused. She was like, "No." And that morning, she didn't take anything. This was a lady that I think we had become somehow friends, because she had stayed in the hospital for a little while, or for a while that I was there, and I could meet her. And then she was like, "Okay, what can I do?" And then I told her, just do it. Like, you can just do your thing, because you're protected. Nothing is going to happen. You're not going to soil anything. And then she refused. And then I was like, "Could you please just take some tea?" Because as a nurse, I always feel like we should take full, the emotional, the nutritional, the physical, the mental, even like any form of aspects that exist in a human being is supposed to be looked at. So as a nurse in me, I was like, you need to check something before I can give you the medicine. And she was like, no, I didn't want to take anything. Let me tell you, that was the most polite, impolite thing, or impolite way I have ever been told no. So she said, no, you can give that to the other patient. I was like, no, you need to. And she refused. So I did not go further in convincing her to take something. So I just left her, and I was like, okay, what do you want? And she was like, I just need my daughter. And then I was like, your daughter is not around, because we had previously been informed that the daughter is not around. She was, I think, out of the country or something. So now, because see, I refused to take the patient to the washroom, because for me it was like a whole thing. She was heavyweight, and I was all alone at that moment in the room, and there was no one. So when a couple of other nurses came, my shift was over, so I handed over. I asked for, I gave out the report of the patient and everything. And then when the other shift came, they took her to the washrooms. I don't know why, but I think it's because they also had the energy, and they also, I don't know, they heeded to the patient's request. Then they took the patient to the washroom, and unfortunately, she didn't make to come back. She just, after the process, or after her, she just went. Now, one thing that happens is when someone is dying. Okay, this is a weird thing to say, but like when someone is going, um, when someone is going, you get to know that why is it dark in your city? So when someone is going, their systems tend to fail. So you'll just find that their bladder is going to fail. They'll pass out, the rectum, like every other part of the body is going to just rest. Like the body is going to rest. That's why when someone is still, just see that the person is passing out stool, urine, like involuntary, something that they want. It's not something that they they do. It's just something that happens. So it is like the body is in total surrender. The body is like, yeah, it's enough for us. We've done enough, and now it's over. Like it's just that. So that's what happens in life, and that's why I just, being a nurse is so good, because you get to understand the aspect of life. You actually get to appreciate life every single day. There is no time that you're going to take good health for granted. There's no time that you're going to take having your family around, having your friends around for granted. There's literally no time. Ooh, Jesus. There are us that are so big, and they are just here. So I was actually trying to take a walk, because it's still a morning in my place, or in where I stay. So yeah, I think that is why you people are supposed to understand that we don't take anything for granted as human beings. I am also are you even listening? It's time for me to, oh, it's time for you to go to bed. Just go to bed. Have a good night. Ore kamatinye kikwonyi.
Kokwondo
Nebo siro, nebo tuget.
ano?
Ano?